Hey up then, it's Big Gaz. It's rants from a traffic jam or whatever you want to call it today. This one is not going to be driving related or anything like that. I've made some notes. This is something that is far more serious, maybe extremely current. Something that has absolutely infuriated me in the last few days. Something that has been controversial, something that has divided a little bit of sort of some people yes, some people no. It's a good one, but it's something that's been getting me. And I just thought, I've got to say something about this, because I think the way that we're going to go, we are going to be a laughingstock. This has got absolutely nothing to do with Brexit either. Brexit's another thing, probably for another day. At the moment, there's not much going on with Brexit, actually. I want to wait and see just what's going to happen, because I've got a feeling that, this whole cliche, don't you? Nothing's signed until it's signed, or nothing's over until the last minute, or whatever. I've got a funny feeling that right on the 29th of March, right at the very end, I've got a funny feeling that the EU are going to beg us for the deal. Probably for Theresa May's deal without the backstop. I've got a funny feeling that that's what's going to happen. Call me an old cynic, whatever you like, but I've seen the way negotiations go and whatever. You see, this was nothing about Brexit. All of a sudden it's all about Brexit, isn't it? I'll tell you what, let's get to the actual topic that we're here for. I've made some notes on this purely because I didn't want to get myself flustered. You know what I'm like. But I'm going to read a name out. Shamima Begum. Okay. A jihadi bride. Oh, she wants to come back, doesn't she? Her and her, now I've found out, little son that she's just had, who was named after some jihadi murdering bloke back in 1300s or whatever it is. You see, I'm no good with names, so you'll have to bear with me on that one. But yeah, look it up. But anyway, yeah, she wants to come back, and she needs to come back home because she misses her family or whatever. I'll tell you something now. I've had a lot of people that have flatly said no, we don't want her back, and quite rightly, we don't want that kind of person back. Why should we? Let me think about this, and let's just weigh up the pros and cons. You see, a lot of the libtards, shall we call them, the old paper doilies there, and she was coerced into it, and that they got to her, and now, did they buggery? She was 15. Now I'll tell you something about me at 15. I was probably coerced into maybe getting involved in a few things that I shouldn't be getting involved in. And I've got mates who got involved in certain things, and I was like, absolutely no way. You're not taking me down that road, And I never went with it. I got ridiculed a little bit, and I ended up having a scrap or two over things like that. You know what I mean? But I never went and did the things that, I could have done. Now, imagine that I had have done, and imagine that I'd have gone on the rob, or imagine that I'd have, anything like that back then. You know what I mean? And then I've been caught, and I've gone through the legal system, and I've gone to court, and the judge is there, and he's like, you're a bad lad, Gaz. But they coerced me into it, and I should be let off because I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, of course I bloody well knew what I was doing. I know what's right and wrong, the same as everybody knows what's right and wrong. To come out with all this that, murdering innocent people is not a crime or is not wrong, there is something drastically wrong. So, you know, she's got to be some kind of nutball or cabbage, which she clearly isn't. She's a very calculated, intelligent sounding person who knew exactly what she was doing when she was doing it. No remorse. She thinks it's, you know, not out of the ordinary to see, you know, beheaded heads in a dustbin or in the waste paper basket or wherever it is, you know. No, she made her choice. She didn't make this choice overnight. The trip, shall we say, that she went on over to Syria wouldn't have happened, you know, in 5 minutes flat. It's something that would have taken a long time to get ready and to organise. So, no, she knew exactly what she was doing, and I've got absolutely zero sympathy for her. I don't want her back. That's as simple as it goes. You see, I have to look at other things as well on this, and I think, you know, the jihadi, the people that she has allegedly, no, I'm not going to even say allegedly, because she's admitted it, has gone out there with, and to do whatever she's gone out there to do. Now, in that time, we'd had people like, and I'm going to look away a minute, Ken Bigley, David Hales, Alan Henning, all beheaded by jihadi groups. But they were even going over there not to fight anybody. They were going over there to look after people. They were going over there to make sure the kids were fed, to make sure that people were okay. They were going over there as humanitarians. And these people could behead those. This is how sick it is. And then we're going to look at other things that would have happened as well. Lee Rigby, one of our own, a serving soldier, a serviceman, brutally put down on our own streets. Westminster Bridge, London Bridge. You've got Manchester. You've got the concert. You've got, what was it, 22 young ones that were killed on that. I'm not going to say they died. No, they didn't die. They were killed. You've got 7/7. The list goes on and on and on and on of things that these people have done. So you can't tell me that she didn't know. She knew. And she knew what the rest of the people over here would have thought about it as well. Then you've got idiots like Danny Dyer, you know, that fucking old wanker, you know what I mean, on the TV, you know, thinks he's a bit of a bad boy and whatever. Absolute drip as far as I'm concerned, absolute prat as well. He would probably call it a bit of a lemon or whatever, I don't know. But there he is. Oh, he wants her to come home, so we can maybe learn something. Well, what can we learn? We already know that she's a callous, calculating bitch. What else is there to learn? You know what I mean? And you know, people like him and people from the I'm not even going to say the left, because maybe not, but those liberals, you know, who, oh, you know, she wants forgiveness, oh, bless her, you know what I mean, and oh, she's a victim herself, and no, she's not a victim herself, you know what I mean. The millions and millions of women who have been raped and beaten and beheaded and burnt and whatever they do over there, they're the victims of this. She's not a victim. She went out there to victimise those people. No, I'm not having that. Then you've got Sahid Javid, our Home Secretary, and he's said he will do everything in his power to make sure that she doesn't come home. And I absolutely agree. And this is coming from a Muslim. So what does that tell you? That tells you that even Muslims don't like this jihadi stuff. There's a question that was asked to somebody that I know, and it was, who do you think are the who do you think's getting damaged most by Islam? And the answer he gave was Muslims, because Islam and Muslims are different things. Muslims are peaceful. Muslims are not the type of people that are going to go around, I want to kill you. Islam, totally different. Okay, I've got Christian beliefs, you all know that. My beliefs are that, you know, do unto others as you would have those do to you, or love your neighbour, whatever, whatever. Okay, I wouldn't want to wish violence and death or anything like that on anybody at all. Yet there are people in the past that have gone out in the name of Christianity, and they've gone out and murdered and killed and pillaged and done whatever and whatever. That's not Christianity, that's just some idiot who's got things completely wrong. So, you know, it all goes on, it all happens. Another thing as well, just before we finish, we've got 3,000 jihadi suspected, I'm not going to say terrorists, but people who are of concern to the state. There's 3,000 of them that at this moment in this country are being monitored by our monitors. You know, yeah, they're being monitored by the police and by other security services. 3,000 of them that could have the potential to cause problems. These are the 3,000 that they know about. How many more is there in this small country who are also a problem? We don't know. We don't know. 3,000. What do we do? I'll tell you what, and this is something that just crossed my mind. This girl wants to come back. A lot of people, probably fine, most people don't want her back. You've got people that are here already that are a risk. So what do we do with them? Well, I think back to the last World War. I think back to, as Uncle Albert once said, you know, the 1939 to 1945 conflict with Germany. And what happened there was that there were people that were sympathetic toward the Nazis that lived in this country. There were people, there were Germans that lived in this country. Anybody who they assumed might be a threat, not were a threat or could be a threat, even the slightest notion that they might be a threat, these people were rounded up and they were taken up to Scotland and they were bumped onto an island and they spent the war out of the way where they could do no harm. And it got me thinking, and I thought, okay, this girl wants to come back. Okay, let her come back. On a condition. I'll tell you what I'd like to see then in this case. Let's build our own version of Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, owned by the Yanks. I think it's Cuba. Somewhere like that. And all the rotten eggs, all the shit, all the scum, all of these terrorists are held there indefinitely in not too good conditions. And my thinking is this, yeah, let her come back. I mean, she's got a UK passport apparently. She's a British citizen, okay? She's not English. She's a British citizen. Got a UK passport. Let's bring her back to the UK. Let's find somewhere right at the top end of Scotland where it's bloody windy, it's cold, the weather is awful, nobody wants to go up there, it's a pain in the arse to try and get to it. In fact, it's a right bastard to try and get to it. If you're caught, if you're out in the middle of the night up there, it's going to be bloody dangerous. People die out there at night because the weather's that bad. Well, let's get somewhere like that. Let's build a great bloody big prison. Okay? Nice big walls, something that nobody can get in and out of. Let's have some good security. Let's have the best security. I tell you what, the jihadis are only jihadis because they're at war. They're at war against us. It's okay. Let's treat them like prisoners of war then. So let's have them all in there, and all of these 3,000. Let's have them in there, and let's have them guarded by our servicemen, the army, the navy, whatever. Okay, and let's put them under right pressure. Let's have them living in total hell. And I'll tell you what, we need to do something like that, because I think that'll start to sort things out a little bit. As soon as anybody who doesn't like this country, I mean, whether or not they are jihadi or, you know, Islamic, anybody who hates this country to that point that they want to hurt somebody, send them up there, get them out of the way. And I'll tell you what, it'll soon make people realise that we're not a soft target and a soft touch. It ain't going to cost a lot to keep them. At the moment, yeah, they're coming back here. What are they getting? You know, you hear stories, don't you? You know, these jihadis who come back, you know, these jihadi hero soldiers, whatever, they've been killing our troops out there, and You know, they come back, they're giving council houses and they're giving allowances and new cars and houses and blah, 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 and it's costing thousands and thousands, millions and millions and millions. Let's just build one prison, stick them all in it, get the army. The army are being paid anyway. Let them look after them. You know, nicely look after them. You know, butt of a gun, whatever. I don't care. So that the rest of us maybe can just live in a little bit more peace, a little bit more comfort, without having to think all the time that, you know, am I really going to be safe going into this tube train? Am I really going to be safe going to this concert? Am I going to be safe crossing this bridge? You know, makes you think. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that. I've ranted on long enough. It's been 15 minutes. I'm sure you're fed up with me by now, and I'll catch up with you soon. You lot, take care. Cheers now. Bye bye. Bye bye.